this handheld one is, we only have the 3 colors, okay? It is red, green, and blue, okay? But it does have the ultrasonic on it. I do not have any conducting gel, so you won't be able to use that part. But I will, let's see, what should we use for you? We'll just use red. We'll treat her. We'll do anti-aging, okay? And I like to use it at a solid beam of light. I don't like it to flicker. I want it on solid. I used to use it with saran wrap over it, and now I'm not going to use the saran wrap anymore, okay? Please know that when you're doing this, if you put a moisturizer cream on prior or some kind of ointment or balm, it's going to diffuse the light, okay? So you always want it to be a clear serum. Clear serum is fine. I'm actually going to use this mineral mist that I have, and I'm going to use that to push into the skin, okay? If you look at the board, it'll tell you how deep each color will go into the skin, okay? When you're using it for blue light, for acne treatment, you absolutely want to make sure that the light is a steady beam, that it's not a flickering beam. Because if you see this, this is the ultrasonic up here, by the way, okay? And it has a low and high button, all right? Now, if she has, she's not very bony, she doesn't have, fat either, so I could really start her on the high setting. If this had a medium setting, that would be what I would want. I would want it to be like at 3 megahertz, okay? But we don't. On this one, it's either low or high. If it was somebody that was very bony and didn't have a lot of cushion on their face, you would definitely want to start it at low megahertz, which is at 1. Medium is usually 3 and 4, and high is 5. Of course, the higher it is, the deeper it's going to go into the skin, and I'm just talking about the ultrasonic on here, okay? Each color with the LED has a different depth that it goes into, okay? Does everybody understand? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Okay, so that would be the ultrasound up at the top, and you could put it on low or put it on high, okay? Now, the lighting, the LED is right here, and to change the color, that's red, you can see it light up, green, blue. Now, you can do a combo of colors. There's red and green, okay?
How? Oh.
Red and blue, blue and green, okay? Blue, green, and red.
Oh, sorry.
Again, I don't like to use it when it's a combination of colors. If I want to treat them for acne and I want to treat them to anti-age, to help with collagen growth, I'll do first the blue and then I'll do the red. Everybody understand? Mm-hmm. Some people don't do the same way that I do, but that's the way I prefer to do it. Also, I divide the face up, okay? So I do the forehead, each cheek, and then each side of the neck. And each area I do for 2 minutes, okay? When you're using the ultrasonic or the ultrasound on this machine, you always want to make sure, especially with facial muscles, like even when you're doing massage, you want to make sure that you always pull up and out, okay? This one will be going around the face just like this for the LED. For the ultrasonic, you would just move it upwards and outwards, okay? Any questions so far? No? Now, Miss Francis, she has a mask, LED masks, okay? And Francis, do you want to just explain that one while I get water? And I'm going to wash your face.
Sure, where can I plug it in?
Right there.
Oh, I don't want to be safe. I don't want to be safe. I don't want to be safe.
So just show the mask, not her. This one's good because you don't have to move your arm around.
Exactly, and that's the main reason that I got it. Well, actually, I got it for personal use, which I haven't used.
You haven't used it yet?
Maybe once or twice.
Oh, I thought.
I got it for my pigmentation issues. Green is for pigmentation, so I got it for myself because I don't want to sit there for 20 minutes to do my face. It actually has a strap that you can just put it on and walk around with it. But for my clients, just like the handheld one, it only has blue, red, and green. So green being for pigmentation, red to build collagen, and the blue for acne. So we can turn it on, and it does have a timer here. Okay, and it goes from 1 to 20, well 5, 10, 15, or 20 minutes. And then you can put the energy up from 1 to 5 as well. And then you can change the color.
That thing's intense.
So, yeah. Even though it has rubber pieces on the eyes here, so it sits on the face, I still like putting a cotton over the eyes to protect the eyes from the light, and also because it does make little like sunglass marks on the nose here. And again, it saves time. Instead of sitting here, for 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you just stick it on the face, still get the treatment, and you can clean up or write your product recommendations while they're just getting the benefits of the LED treatment. And this one does not mix colors. I agree. I don't like mixing them. I like doing them one by one individually. So however you want to make your iPads, obviously you want the light to go on the whole face, so you would make them. I usually use just like those little goggles from the sun.
The tanning beds?
Yeah. Just those because you obviously want it on the entire face. But I'm just going to rest it on her. It is sanitized. So you
I already
just place
cleaned
it.
it also, the other one.
Now you just place it on your face.
Okay.
Just close your eyes. Is that comfortable?
Somebody that has claustrophobia may not like that, okay?
For
But,
me.
it's easier for you as the esthetician. The ones that I used to use at the dermatologist's office were just plates, and I would change the plate, hook it up, and then lower it right over the face. So it's just like that, except not a mask.
Yeah,
Surrounded the whole face.
Is that what you
But
got?
this one, if you have it again for home use, you
Not in the basket. Let me
strap
this
it
in.
on and walk around and clean your kitchen while you're getting the
That'd
facial
be
treatment.
so horrifying
I was
for
just
someone to
telling my
walk in on
students,
you
my
with
son
that.
actually wanted a bar for Halloween, and I said no. And then we could increase the energy. It goes all the way up till 5. 5 is quite bright on the eyes, so definitely remind them to keep their
She's
eyes
like,
closed when you're doing that. Again, why I like to put an extra cover on the eyes, and then you can set the timer 5, 10, 15, or 20.
It only goes up to 20 minutes.
Yes, you really don't want to do more than 20 minutes.
So there's like no way you could accidentally leave this on for like an hour if you set the
Correct.
timer.
And that's doesn't do anything, I'm sure, but
No, it automatic. This one automatic.
this one
Okay,
just
so like if
has
she
to
like
shut
put that
off.
on like in bed and she just fell asleep.
Ours, the handheld one does not automatically shut off, so you have to time it, especially when you're using the ultrasonic part. If the ultrasonic is too high, your client will start to complain a little bit. It's a painless treatment, but they might feel some extra heat or some achiness in their muscles. That means that it's too high. Also, if you're doing it for too long, thank you, Francis, on the ultrasonic, you can bruise your client. Okay, so again, you want to keep it in the 2-minute range. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wash her face first. Okay. Remember, you don't want a heavy cream or ointment, like a moisturizer, or a serum that has, that's not clear, to use with the LED. Okay? So you want to take, for the new girls, about a quarter size of your cleanser. Up cheeks.
So for this, you don't have to worry about the eye makeup, right?
No, I'm gonna cover them anyway.
Okay.
So quiet. Wow.
She's so worried about her makeup being off, it literally doesn't look any different.
Now the reason I threw those away is because they have makeup on them. So I don't want to keep rubbing that on her skin, okay? Some spas don't use like bowls of water anymore. They just use hot towels to wet the face, to take off the cleanser, everything. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dry her just a little bit. Okay. If she had if she had a gown on, you can also cleanse the chest and the neck, okay? Remember, move in an upward position. We don't want to push down. We're trying to prevent everything from falling, okay? And then I usually go outwards on the chest, so lymph will push into the nodes underneath, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do, where'd he go?
One more thing I would like to say about the mask, I know a lot of people have their eyebrows microbladed, so if you are doing the green light
Thank you.
for pigmentation, you definitely want to cover the eyebrows.
That is really good to know. That would have been good if I didn't know that. I didn't even think about that either.
So I'm going to take 2 eye pads. I'm going to fold them in half because just like Francis said, I want to be able to get as much skin as possible, especially like a lot of people have the crow's feet issue, okay? The glabella issue, where they have lines, okay? I'm going to use red on her, okay? And I'm going to take my mist, which is a mineral mist. This has very nice ingredients in it. So, and I'm going to mist her. Ready? You want to keep your mouth closed. 1, 2, 3. Remember when you're misting someone, you don't do it right next to the face because you'll mist a hole right in. Okay, so remember, I'm going to separate it into areas. So, just going to start. Okay, so we're going to do 2 minutes here.
12:50.
What time is it?
I don't know. 12:50.
Does it get hot?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I have my stopwatch going.
Everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
This really, LED is really an amazing treatment. Sometimes you can see a nice brightness to the face immediately after you do the treatment. Also, if you're doing it for a client that has acne, you can do the high frequency, okay, to kill the bacteria, and then a double check would be to use the blue light on here and get even more. If she had had pustules on her face and I was doing the blue light for the acne, it would help kill that P. acne bacteria that's causing it.
So if you're doing it
Time?
deep
You
facial,
have a minute.
you'll do this in replacement of the.
I would do both. I would do both. And LED is a very big treatment nowadays.
Do you ever have to re-spritz? Does it get dry?
I mean, it's much drier than it was before, but as you can see, it's still moving.
Okay.
Does anybody have any questions?
So why wouldn't you use saran wrap, and what happens when you put the light on your microbladed brush?
Yeah, I want to know that too.
The microbladed brows, she told you it's going to.
Well,
just
if you're
takes the
doing
pigment.
green light, it's
gonna
to
diminish
take
the
pigment
color.
out of your skin, so you take your pigment out of your brow.
Just
10 seconds.
And then why would you use saran?
I'm not using the saran wrap anymore because I'm not getting as deep
that's
as
going
it was
deeper than what
diffusing the light.
Oh.
We were doing it for
That's 2 minutes.
sanitary reasons.
Let's move on.
Move on.
You know, like she said, each color has a different wavelength, and each wavelength, the longer the wavelength, the deeper it goes into the tissue. So the red is not going to affect the pigments, it's going to
Alright.
affect the fibroblasts itself. Yeah. If anyone is interested in doing hydrofacial, a lot of spas use a hydrofacial machine now.
Oh yeah, they do.
LEDs are part of that machine, so definitely, I believe a $50 add-on just to do an LED as part of that facial. There's a couple of other cool things they have, the lymphatic drainage.
So it's the
tools.
hydrofacial and then an extra $50 for the LED.
Well, the
Is that what
basic
you meant?
hydrofacial is just 30 minutes, and you can add
Whatever.
ampules on, you can add the LED, you can add lymphatic drainage, and it's all part of the actual machine. So,
If you wanted to, you could spray more. What's my time?
1 minute.
Okay. Everything still feel okay? Okay.
If it's what do clients feel like if it doesn't feel okay?
Actually, they're not going to feel not okay with the LED. You don't feel anything. It's actually very calming,
Okay.
relaxing. With the ultrasound or ultrasonic, remember I told you if it's
Yeah.
too high, they can feel achy or too much heat, and then you want to lower it.
Okay.
That would be the issue.
20 seconds.
And I think that's probably it.